you're on a GLP-1 medication and maybe you're just starting out, just know that not everyone has the same experience. I know there is a lot of content on here where you're seeing before and afters, and the before you're going, oh my gosh, I relate to that so much, and then they show their after and you're like, and that's what I have to look forward to. Oh my god, that's amazing, sign me up. I'm just here to remind you that everyone's experience will be different, because much like we're used to with our weight loss journeys, one size does not fit all. Recently I've fallen into the, wow, I thought that's what was going to be my maintenance look, and it's not. So I started back on a GLP-1 medication in October of 2022. I feel like I need to add a disclaimer that no, I did not start it because I have PCOS. I was diagnosed as type 2 diabetic at the time. I weighed 186 pounds. I'm 4'11", so you can definitely see why I had type 2 diabetes, along with the fact that it runs in my family. And two, that weight, that height, like that's a lot of strain, a lot of stress on my body. I was referred to a diabetes specialist, and he put me on, like, I left that day having had my very first shot, 2.5 Mounjaro. And I can tell you that I felt the medication and what it was doing to me by the end of that night. I started in October. Sorry, I'm trying to get all my facts straight. So I started in October of 2022. At that time, I had the OG savings card, and my boxes were, I mean, you're going to have to, like, excuse me because I don't know 100%, but I feel like they were $25. They were, if not free. Like, literally, I feel like it was either something like that, or I don't know, whatever. Somebody will be on here and will correct me, but the OG savings card, whatever that amount was, is what I was getting. And then that lasted through, I think it was the following summer, because they changed the terms, or maybe it was later that year. I don't remember, but at some point in time before I had been on the before I got to my 6-month mark of being on GLP-1, they changed the savings card, and so then I actually started paying more, and then there was a shortage and it was so difficult to find. Fast forward to, let's see, December 2023, my lowest, I reached my lowest weight at 128 pounds, which I've never, probably not since I was either a teenager or I don't really know, but I have not weighed that much in my entire adult life. January 2024, my insurance changed, and the savings card could no longer work for me because my insurance was through the marketplace, and I have a $10,000 deductible. What that means is that my prescriptions apply to deductible. So I called Eli Lilly, the Mounjaro savings card hotline, and they said, yeah, your savings card works, but we don't cover deductible. So whatever your deductible is, you still got to pay that. Cool. So I went from paying $0 to higher to $500, all the way to paying $1,000. Shortly after that, I went on to compound. I've not consistently been on the medication in the last year. When I got back from my vacation trip, I weighed myself and I was 150. I haven't seen that number on the scale in a very long time, and it was a little jarring. I'm not gonna lie, a little jarring and upsetting, and I'm going, geez. So then that kind of drove me to look through my spreadsheet. So for all of you that are new to this, you might not be doing this, but people that started this back in 2022, a lot of us tracked week by week dosage, site, injection site, weight loss, all the different things. And so I have like 2 years, 3 years of data. So I went back and I looked to see what I weighed last year and what I weigh this year, and it's a 20-pound difference. What's happened between last year and this year, I closed my business. My husband was diagnosed with a medical condition that affected how we live our day-to-day lives. I went from being on a weekly tirzepatide shot to not being on it, to being able to be on it sporadically, to being on a compound, to not being on a compound. Menopause. Where I am currently is I am on 2.5 milligrams of tirzepatide through the compounding pharmacy. I don't believe it is the same potency as the name brand tirzepatide. I'm going to say that 100%. My experience is completely different, and I'm trying to just keep both experiences in their own container because they technically are different medications. Yes, they have the same source ingredient, but they're going to be different because the compounded pharmacy has other things in it, and the name brand is the name brand. It's the one that went through all the trials and studies and everything. So I'm trying to keep those two experiences separate, but it's really difficult. So again, I'm sharing this just to say your experience on this medication is going to be completely different than somebody else's. So if you're seeing somebody that went from a size 18 and now they're in a size 2 and they're fit as hell and they look amazing, and you're not, you feel like you've been on the medication the exact same amount of time and you're not there, there's also other factors. You know, are they working out, diet, lifestyle, stress, cortisol, so many things go into it. It's not one size fits all. So don't set your sights in a place that is going to bring disappointment to you. So anyway, I don't like to talk about this often, but that's my update. So we'll see.